It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Thank you for allowing us to broadcast into your office or into your home or into your smart device, or maybe we're on your big screen TV right now. We appreciate you. We know you have a lot of choices and you choose to spend this time focused on your sales department. And my promise to you is that one, it'll be a good use of your time. Two, you have the sales strategy, the sales structure, and the sales system you need in order to take your sales department to an entirely different level. And number three, you'll walk away with at least one idea that you can immediately use today inside of your sales department to help you reach your target audience. With that being said, every morning I like to share that one of our core philosophies is success leaves clues. And what that means to you is that we look at a case study and we look at what's worked in that business case study for that CEO, the challenges they've had, and then how they've overcome it, and then what you can use in your sales department, what your big takeaway is from. And I love doing it. So let's go ahead and get started with today's case study. Let's talk about, Nestle, a giant company that makes a lot of food and drinks that we all love. But did you know that being so big isn't always easy? Nestle is worth $280 billion, but they face a lot of challenges. People have mixed feelings about them. Some love their products, like candy and coffee, while others remember controversies and boycotts. This shows that even big companies have problems to solve. Just like any business trying to grow, there's going to be challenges, especially in the sales department and sales messages. So Nestle's journey wasn't always smooth. They started in 1866 with just two brothers, Charles and George Page, who saw a chance to use fresh milk in Switzerland to make condensed milk. At the same time, Henry Nestle was creating a baby formula. Now, both companies competed fiercely until they decided, let's collaborate, or rather, it was a merger. An interesting fact is that Henry Nestle didn't find success until he was 53 years old. And this teaches us that persistence is the key. And sometimes the right idea and putting the right folks together just takes time to really see it shine. So how did Nestle become so successful? Well, they found solutions by creating products that people needed, like milk chocolate. I know you need that. And instant coffee. I know you've got to have that. But Nestle's sales strategy was about innovation and meeting customer needs. For example, during World War II, Nescafé became popular because it was easy to make and it kept soldiers energized. This is a great lesson for sales. Always look for ways to solve your customers' problems and make their lives easier. Now, here's my big takeaway, because I believe the Nestle story is really the importance of having a sales structure, a sales strategy, and a sales system. You've got to overlay the sales message, because just like Nestle, businesses needed to adapt and innovate really to stay ahead. So whether it's creating new products or improving old ones, having a clear sales strategy helps companies grow revenue and make a positive impact. So remember, success isn't just about having a good product. It's not just it. It's about understanding what your customers need and leading with a sales strategy. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your morning and a part of your sales department meeting, by the way, your sales meeting. Now, I'd like to start off with the core philosophy for every CEO. In fact, I believe this should be on their computer. Like on their screensaver should be just these three words. Like when they turn on their phone, it should be just these three words. This should be the core mantra that the CEO is always communicating to the sales department. And it's three words. Go ahead and jot these three words down. Focus on sales. Go ahead and put that down in your notes. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. Now, you're not going to get blown away by that, but I want you to step back and say, I've got to focus on sales. Why? Because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And this is very important because you think about it, without sales, there's always, I'm not saying sometimes, I'm not saying part of the times, without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. The point that I want to make and the point I want to drive home as we get started, as we do almost every single morning, is that selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. No, selling is serious business. And then we move to the other side for the CEO, because the CEO has to look at how they're going to drive the sales department, what the philosophy is going to be. And as a CEO, I think our philosophy is always three areas: learn, earn, and return. In fact, I want you to repeat those words after me because they're just that important. Let's go ahead and say our mantra this morning together. Number one, I have to learn something new. Number two, in order to earn new revenue from current clients. Number three, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. But we have this sales meeting every morning so we can focus on three objectives. Our number one objective is, let's take a look at what's working in the sales department. Let's look at the successes that we're having. Let's look at areas that we say, you know what, we got to put the gasoline on this particular area right here. That's a good problem to have, by the way. And then there's the second area, which is addressing any roadblocks. And when you're addressing any roadblocks on the other side, you say, what's holding us back? We did a whole case study this morning, and they talked about some of the challenges they had. And then we go to the entire other side, and we say, well, we got to understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Go ahead and jot these down in your notes. Sales pillar number 1, you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2 is your sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3 is the sales message. And then we spent a whole segment on sales pillar number 4, which is the CEO sales dashboard. And that's when we go in and we understand what gets measured, gets managed, what gets managed gets better. How true is that? And then we got to have our 7-figure sales team. Somebody has to go out there and make the sales. The CEO can be the number one salesperson, but a team, and you might agree with me on this one, success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. Now, as we go there, for those folks that tune in every single morning, thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor. Look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Look below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal that you're in this conversation. Hashtag I'm here means that, you know what? I believe in you. Do that right now. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. Put hashtag replay. Now, there's some of you right now that are tuned in and you're watching on Roku or Apple TV or Amazon Fire. You're in one of our syndicated on-demand platforms right now. And I get it. You're not on media. I guess they call it social media. But you can go ahead and connect. Let's go over to @IamCheBrown because you can see me, but I can't see you. And boy, would I love to connect with you. Love to see what you're up to. So go over to @IamCheBrown. Drop me a DM now. I respond to everyone, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, the number one question I get asked over and over and over again is, Shay, what is the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Why are folks and CEOs tuning in every single morning, 5 days a week? And here it is. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So I get it that CEOs know how to sell, but they want to do it faster, easier, with less effort, serve more people, because it's not just about the money, it's about the people that are impacted. Our big why is about sales growth. You think about it for your sales department, what are you looking for? It's about sales accountability. Makes sense to me. And number 3, it's all about consistency. And you may have heard this before, but isn't it so true that consistency is the key? Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? They struggle with consistency. So we have a way to help you with that. And the way we help you with that is we tune in. And we tune in for 15 minutes a day. Now, 15 minutes a day is a pretty good deal. In that 15 minutes a day that we tune in, it allows you to focus on your sales, your sales department. And what is that? Was only 1% of the day. Like, okay, think about it. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. You're going to tune in for 1% of the day to achieve one outcome. Our number one outcome is for you to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You're in this conversation. And as a result of being in this conversation, you're able to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And I want you to imagine for a moment how your life would be different if you had $100,000 a month pouring into your bank account month after month after month. It's just going into your bank account. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? Then we move over to the other area. And we say, well, how do you do that? Well, the way that we do that is we have the CEO Sales Dashboard. And the CEO Sales Dashboard says, here are the areas that we've got to focus on. Here are the areas that we've got to be tuned into. There's 5 areas. There's leads, put that down in your notes. There's appointments, put that down in your notes. There's offers, put that down in your notes. And then there's deals, put that down in your notes. Now, I'm going to share with you in just a second how that looks. So I'm going to share with you just a second how that looks when you look at those 5 key areas. And you can go here, and right here, you can see there it is right there. Inside of the CEO dashboard, there's a Excel sheet. And in this Excel sheet, we cover all 4 areas. Now, I like this because you can look on the left-hand side, and right on the left-hand side, we have leads, appointments, offers, deals, repeat business. And we're going to go look at deals. And if you were just tracking deals, because what gets measured gets managed, what gets managed gets better, and you would just focus on deals. You would say, how many deals came in? And then we would go look at it and say, whoa, how many deals did I close yesterday? How many deals did I close the day before that? Then we go back a little further and say, what's pending? Like, what deals are hot, warm, and cold? Hot meaning they're going to close within 10 days. Warm meaning they're going to close within 20 days. And anything over 20 plus days, I always say it can still close, but it might not be as warm. It might still be a little bit cold, but it still works, still makes sense. Now, we don't stop there. We go look at what's working in the business. And now we're going to go celebrate some wins. So powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So the 3 questions we got is, number 1, what are you most proud of in your sales department? Number 2, what's your biggest accomplishment in the sales department? And number 3, what do you want to brag about? Like as a CEO, you come on here right now and you could just brag. Man, what are you most proud of for the sales department? And in doing so, we don't stop there. We don't think that every day is rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. We understand that there's some challenges. And we're going to acknowledge those challenges. We're going to recognize those challenges. So now we go to the other side and say, well, what's some of our biggest hurdles we have? Number 1, what's your biggest roadblock right now? Number 2, what's preventing you today from moving forward? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move the business forward, like right now. Like you could take that baby step right now. And then taking that baby step, it's a small step, but you take another small step. Then take another small step. Then you take another small step. And you look back and all those small steps have added up. You know, there's a saying that's so true. I know it's overused. I didn't coin the phrase, but I've been saying it for a long time. And that is small hinges swing big doors. And how true is that? So that's what we look at when we're facing hurdles. My message to you today is a CEO is focus on your lead generation system. Like go back and look at the CEO dashboard and then take a look at your lead generation system and ask yourself, what's my number 1 lead generation system? How am I getting leads in? What's my second lead generation system? How am I getting leads in? And what's my third lead generation system? How am I getting leads in? What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And let's look at what's coming in through any of those avenues. That's my message today. You do that, and you will be successful. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for allowing us to broadcast into your home and be a part of your sales meeting. Do me a favor, pay this forward. Like hit the share button and pay this forward to another CEO as we help them not only build their business, not only grow their revenue, but also have more impact in the world. You do that, not only will you be successful, but you'll change humanity. I'm out. Peace. I'll see you all on the other side. We out of here. Bye-bye.